Thank you so much, everyone. Well, I did want to be a jockey when I was young, but as you can tell, it didn't work out. Luckily, I did take a try at basketball, though, and that did turn out. I became all-Canadian. You're welcome. I'm sure that was on some of your minds this evening. So let me tell you what it's like to grow up as a 6'2" person in a world of 5-foot-ish folks from the age of 12. You see, when I was raised, my parents told me I was perfect. And why wouldn't I believe them? Sports day was basically made for me. Could you imagine me going in all the categories, by the way, every category that was possible, with high jump, right? It was basically just a little step to get over the bar. And long jump. It wasn't fair. Triple jump, shot put, 80-meter sprint, relays, you name it. I got the first prize because that was back in the day when it wasn't participation ribbons. So the 80s, baby. I also found high school to be great because of the school dances. I didn't quite realize why all the kids would line up to dance with me until I saw the school yearbook photos of me and the young boy. Just, yeah, the head was definitely in the wrong spot. But the time that I actually found out that I was tall, it was quite a shock. I was walking down the aisle in 7-Eleven, and I got to the end of the aisle, and I heard a gasp. I thought you were a kid on somebody's shoulders. A true story. That doesn't happen to me anymore, though. Yep. So imagine dressing this vessel from the age of 12, right? It does pose its own challenges. There was one shop, tall girl. It did go out of business. As you can tell from the demographics, there wasn't enough folks of this stature. I would go into other stores, though, and be told, we don't carry your size. It was quite disappointing, so there were a lot of days where I had to wear my dad's clothes to school. So I basically looked like a baby-faced businessman. Yeah. Until the Britney Spears pop star era came, where I discovered the one-size-fits-most schoolgirl outfit. So, I don't know if you remember those Britney Spears outfits where you had those thigh-high socks. Well, mine came just above my ankle. And the mini skirt, you know, the plaid mini skirt, mine was just below the butt. And the crop top, well, we were on the White Rock Promenade, and I literally had to run all the way back to Ocean Park. Shout out to Ocean Park tonight. But every car honked at me, so that was the end of that. And then I learned about more functional fashion, which is a little foreshadowing for later in the set. Let's see, what else? Once I graduated and it was time to get a career or my first job, I went to be a barista. And that was quite fun until all day long, everyone would order a tall mocha or a tall latte, tall cappuccino, tall Americano, all served by this tall all-Canadian. Then I tried the circus, but it turned out that I was afraid of heights. But since I'm from White Rock, I did have that allure to the retirement residences. So I got a brand new suit from Tall Girl while it was in business, and my pumps, size 13 for the record. And not the pumps like the Reebok pumps, like these were those pumps, about 3-4 inches high. So my first day on the job, I've got my polyester suit and pumps on, and my head just barely grazes, the door frame. And I meet my new boss, And to my surprise, he literally jumped onto his chair as his 5'6" stature to greet me so we could make eye contact. We then took most of our meetings in stairwells or staircases. But I really need to let you all know that I do identify as many other things than being this tall, basketball-playing woman from White Rock. I do have an amazing teenage son who also happens to be tall and play basketball and just landed himself a university scholarship for basketball last week. And I have amazing parents, and my parents are here tonight. They'll be easy to identify the moment the lights turn on and everyone stands up. We'll all see each other over the crowd. Yep. And I'm pretty much an only child now, as my brother went into the COVID safety bubble. So 3 years ago, when we were all told to stay home, he took it quite literally. So Nicholas, if you're watching this, the pandemic's over. It's safe to come out. I, however, do get to come out almost daily as queer because, you see, I'm an invisible lesbian. So what that means is I often get asked, "How tall is your husband?" To which I reply, I traded in my slightly shorter husband for a gorgeous lesbian who is also here tonight, but she's an invisible lesbian as well, which means that she could be any one of you. It could be you, it could be you, it could be you. Could be you. So if you do see me holding hands with someone after the show, it's not my sister. But I do wish that all of you would be able to experience for a moment walking in these size 13 shoes to see what it's like. You know, whether it's getting onto an airplane and trying to pretzel yourself into a small airplane chair, or going to your favorite concert and, you know, going in the front row with anticipation of the show and blocking everyone behind you. Society really doesn't know what to do when you walk into the room this big and take up this much space. So they often just ask me that common question of, "Do you play basketball?" So thank you all, and thank you Lizzie and Ellen and this amazing group.
So how am I gonna compete with that?